Zombie Incident was not something I bought because of compelling gameplay or good reviews. I admittedly bought it because of the anime art I saw in the eShop, which is something that I like to call video game clickbait. The dreaded curse I have due to being a weeaboo piece of shit is the whole reason I've been introduced to such games as Hyperdimension Neptunia, Legend of the Dark Witch, Fire Emblem, Atelier, God Eater, Akiba's Trip, Disgaea, Shantae, Senran Kagura, Etrian Odyssey, Stella Glow, Shin Megami Tensei / Persona, Kid Icarus Uprising, Azuri Striker Gunvolt, Rune Factory, and Lord of Magma, Beatrix Best Girl, and many others in other universes that I'm probably not aware of. But here I am with the game on my 3DS, so I might as well talk about it. Doing some research on the history of the game was a little challenging as there was no real Wikipedia page to plagiarize, critically analyze. I started to think that this game was much older than previously anticipated as I saw that it was made for the MSX. Yeah, that. Now, if you don't know what the MSX is, don't worry, no one outside of Japan knew what it was for like a decade. But it established such franchises such as Puyo Puyo, Bomberman, and even Metal Gear. But once I got over my own stupidity, I saw that Zombie Incident was actually made in 2011 as part of a contest to develop games on old hardware called the MSX Dev, which happens once a year. The MSX version is actually playable if you search hard enough. The game was well received and later the developers improved on some aspects and then later ported it to the 3DS eShop in 2015. The game currently sits at an incredibly cheap $1.99, so there was no risk in me trying out this game. So, without further ado, let's start talking about it. The story follows a girl named Nana, whose hobby is to kill the dead because they didn't get the memo of people die when they are killed. She goes around the infested citadel, having to explore 64 rooms in which 8 special stars are hidden about to help her rid her home of the creepy crawlers. Considering this is an indie game that is inspired by the retro experience, which is 90% of indie games now that I think about it, the plot is purposely simple, which is fine. But how is the gameplay? So we boot it up and we find out, oh, Jesus Christ, the fuck is that? Is that Nana? Oh my. Oh boy. She looks special in her own way. Anyway, the controls are also very simple. Now, hear me out. You use the D-pad to move, the A button to jump, and you hold the A button to go up walls. Simple, right? Since they are the main point of the game, you might be wondering how you get the stars to finish the game. Well, Nana has to do what normal people call, genocide. I call it cleanup. But her path to destruction is obstructed by the power of colors. At the start, you can only damage green enemies, turning them into the spooky skellies. This will give you slight experience points. Once you level up, you can damage red enemies to turn them green, and eventually you can do the same to blues. Once you kill every enemy in a certain room, a door will appear, in which a star may be there. This can cause you to backtrack a lot. Luckily, the bottom screen has a map to at least tell you where you've been. That's it, really. A super simple game. Now, my favorite part, let's talk about some problems. Now, Zombie Incident doesn't have that many problems, but there are some things that I can nitpick about. First off, your traction is through the fucking roof. With a minimal press of the D-pad, you go from 0 to 100 in an instant, clashing into the first enemy you see. It's like Nana decided to put olive oil on her feet while being chased by a raging Gordon Ramsay. The hitboxes themselves can also be really weird. You could be a pixel of a pixel off and you'll get pot-shotted, guaranteed. Screens in this game don't function like in The Legend of Zelda or Mega Man. The screen snaps on immediately. It's especially apparent when Nana jumps off an enemy that's way too close to the ceiling. You snap from the top to bottom in such a schizophrenic manner that you'll be on the floor faster than you can say seashore. It can be a little nauseating. I also hope that you like the song that plays. At least it's pretty catchy for what it's worth. Overall, Zombie Incident is a very innocent game with okay gameplay. Don't expect anything revolutionary when you go in, but it's fine. I definitely recommend you at least try it out. What should I play next? I'm currently in a 2D platformer mood, but I don't want to cry like an anime fan on prom night, so I guess I'll try something good. Do 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 do.